Hi guys. Thank you so much for watching Speaking of. I'm Stephanie, but I'm super excited to have Brian here. Brian is an account manager with Custom Ink, which is how I met him. I worked at a tech company and he was my account manager. And he provides the best service that you can possibly imagine. And whenever I started thinking about who I wanted to do interviews with, Brian, hands down, was the first person that popped into my head because I need to know what motivates someone who is this passionate about customer service and t-shirts. Normal companies have a bar here and Custom Ink has a bar here and yours is somewhere up here. It's really crazy. And I have to know, what does Custom Ink do to keep you guys all so happy? And then what motivates you personally?
And that's well, first off, the feedback is incredible. It's like the greatest feedback I've ever gotten. And I really appreciate that. I think at the end of the day, being able to work with like people like yourself is so much fun. And we sell t-shirts. Like, we're not selling anything. Like, t-shirts are like kind of the funnest thing that you don't really think about though. Everyone is wearing a t-shirt, you know, they're all on the same team all of a sudden. Like, they really have superpowers and bring people together. And so when you're selling something that has superpowers, you feel kind of like a superhero. And it just makes it a lot more fun. Also, one of the biggest perks we have is that they feed us twice a week, which makes everybody happy. Free food. When you start working at Custom Ink, you typically put on 15 to 20 pounds. But I mean, for me, making sure that my clients really have everything taken care of and that they're successful, that's really what drives me to just be the best person I can be.
What is your parenting style?
Man, I'd like to hope to think that it's a good parenting style. We're very much hands-on type parents. I want my kids to learn by doing things. I've got a 4-year-old and 2-year-old, but we're constantly trying to find things where they can do science experiments that are age appropriate, get their hands dirty, learn from making mistakes. But we do also want to make sure that they are respectable human beings and grow up to respect adults and authority.
How long have you had this beard?
July of 2014 was the last time I was clean shaven.
Wow.
The only reason I was clean shaven then is because we went down to Mexico and my passport picture was clean shaven.
I loved that you wouldn't agree to do this interview until you got to go to the barber. That was my favorite thing because I never really thought, you know, I've wanted to have a show for a very long time and I never thought that one of the roadblocks would be that the barber wasn't open.
I've got to send you a picture. We had a chance to go meet Mike Madonna, who played for the Dallas Stars. We were at a charity dinner, and I'd been growing my beard for about 3 years, and it needed to be trimmed bad. It was as wide as it was long. And so it was kind of like that on quarantine.
No, well, on the bright side, I mean, you have no need for any type of hair club for men or anything like that.
100%.
Funny, I actually had on my list if you've met any celebrities and who your favorite was or why.
Man, that's a great question. Everyone I've met has been sports related. Mm-hmm. So for about 14 years, I coached through the Special Olympics program that's close to us.
Brian, honest to God, you know, you've got to meet Bret Michaels. You and him have a lot in common. Like, I'm coaching the soccer, a charity dinner. Now you're at special. Jeez. How does one have time for such good doing?
So Bret Michaels, did you guys watch him on Masked Singer?
No, but I have to. I'm a little bit obsessed with Bret Michaels.
Well, he killed it on Masked Singer, and like we knew who he was like 3 episodes in. That's probably my favorite reality show that has been on. So yeah, so I coached Special Olympics basketball for a while, and that's actually my wife and I met because both of us coached, and it was in 2012. The Dallas Mavericks, they had an event at a video game place in the mall called GameWorks, where they had a select number of teams got to show up. I have no idea how we got voted to show up, but the entire team was there playing games with the kids for free.
Wow.
And getting to meet Dirk Nowitzki was probably the top of that list.
Mm-hmm.
Genuinely nice guys I've ever met. He wanted to hug every single athlete that was there. He wanted to talk to every single person, shake everyone's hand, and was just so gracious to be there. And when you came up to him, he's 7'6", 7'7". Like, I literally came to his waist. I'm like, "Hey, Dirk, how are you?"
Oh my God.
It's a little bit crazy, but he's probably one of just the greatest guys I've ever met in my life.
You find those people and then you feel like you relate to them and you're like, don't go. Yeah. That's how I felt about Bret. I met him 3 times. Like, you could join Bret's fan club at that point. This was 2000 for $15. And you got to meet him. And then you got like a signed guitar pick and something else. And so
$15, that's a hell of a deal.
15, yeah. And I was with my husband and he was like, I'm not joining Bret Michaels' fan club. He likes Poison, but he's like, I don't need to be in a fan club. And I was like, for $15, you're joining the fan club. I'll pay for meeting Bret Michaels. But before, his manager or bodyguard or whoever, John, Big John, he came out and he was like, listen, Bret's a diabetic, it's been a long show, blah, blah, blah. One picture, one autograph, that's it. You pick the signature or the autograph and then, you move on, no talking. And I'm like, great, I've waited my whole life to meet this guy and he's gonna be a giant asshole. And then he came out and like I said, he's talking to everybody. Like, this line was going so slow because Bret won't stop. And then it got to be our turn and I was like, I'm not even excited. Like, I can't believe the lack of enthusiasm I'm having about this. And I've had this man plastered all over my wall my whole life. The previous person said, oh, congratulations on your baby. And then Bret starts walking after them and talking like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I can't believe it. I just love her so much and blah, 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 blah. So Bret's like leaving, talking to them. He turns around and makes eye contact with me. I have projectile tears, like literally like something out of a movie. I lost my shit. I couldn't believe it. And nobody could believe it. And then he like, Big John, I'm holding my camera and my phone and he's like, you can go. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I can't believe this. I can't believe I've loved you my whole life and I don't know what to do. I just can't believe how much I love you. And I can't believe that I've waited my whole life to meet you and you're finally here and all I can do is I just can't believe that I can't do anything but stand here and just say this. I just love you so much. And I couldn't stop. And Big John was like, do you want a picture? And I was like, yeah. He took the picture of us. I'm still hysterical. I walk away. And then I hear my boyfriend, now husband, talking to Bret Michaels. And I was like, Stephanie, your boyfriend is talking to Bret Michaels and you're leaving the stadium on this high. I run back and I was like, I'm sorry. I've lost my mind. I've loved you my whole life. And I can't believe that I'm meeting you. And he was like, baby, that's why I love you. And I wanted to be like, and I'll go right to the bus right now. What do I have? I'm him. I don't care. And he signed my shirt. He chatted. I mean, like, he couldn't have been more genuine. But then you think like, maybe this guy's just having a good day. Pittsburgh's his home city. Maybe he's really happy about it. So we go to meet him the next year, still $15. I'm all in. He was like, sorry guys, I have to shower or whatever. But he dragged out himself the cooler and he's like, here, I brought you guys pop and chips and everything. So if you could just like hang out and take whatever you need, make yourself at home. And I'm like, he doesn't have a roadie who can do this. No, it's actually Bret coming out, dragging this cooler of stuff for everybody.
That's amazing.
And then he had a sticker above him. It was on his tour bus steps and the sticker of him was like, too dumb for New York, too ugly for LA. And I was like, you're neither. You are really smart. He is. And he's beautiful even now. So I was like, that sticker doesn't apply, but it's hilarious. And of course, so humble, which is so Bret. And so I don't really remember what we talked about that time, but then the third year I was like, all right, now you're like practically in a relationship with him. You've got to come up with something cool to say. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, God, like even if I were single and, older or younger or whatever the hell he's into, it's like, would I even be Bret's type? But I'm like, he has cool jeans. I'll talk about the jeans. Before I could even do that, I'm looking again. He's on the tour bus stairs. He looks right in my eyes and he looked at me and he went, baby, you have a beautiful face. And I was like, that's it. I've got to leave. I've got to go with this man. I've got to go with this man. And every time my husband and I have talked like the full next day about how he is the nicest guy in the entire world. And now he has a book out and I'm reading. I'm like 5 pages in and I've got to have Thanksgiving dinner with this man. And I'm convinced that he's nice enough that if I can get a hold of him, he'll come.
I bet he would. Like, just the story alone makes me believe that he would. That's incredible.
You can't believe how nice this man is. And I'm convinced hearing your stories of all of your charity work, Bret would be first in line. If you start doing something with JDRF, you're in.
I want to have like a celebrity experience that like has an impact like Bret.
Yeah, like you've got to meet Bret because you'll have that. Because everybody who meets Bret definitely has that.
Would he look at me and be like, your beard is beautiful, it's glorious?
He might. He probably would, actually.
That'd make my day.
Quarantine thing. Yeah, he was posting motivational stuff during the quarantine, of course. And for a while, he was growing a beard. That was part of his thing. So yes, I'm certain that he would be very impressed by your beard.
That's funny. Like men with beards, they notice other men with beards. They're like, looking good. Or even if guys have smaller beards, you're like, keep it going. You got it.
Really?
It's crazy. Like my wife, she's like, it's ridiculous. Why is that guy checking you out? Like, no, we're just looking at our beards. It's okay. No big deal.
So what do you look for? What do you find it to be admirable in a beard?
My beard isn't like the longest beard I've ever seen, but it's a pretty good length.
Mm-hmm.
A beard that's like longer and fuller than mine, I'm like, man, I've got beard envy. I mean, if you've got like the real like thin long beard, I'm like, I'm good. I don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
Like a big thick beard, and especially like good mustache, because like my mustache is just okay. I mean, there's parts of it that go down in my beard, but like some people just have like an amazing mustache.
So who's like your celebrity beard crush?
Man, okay. Chris Hemsworth in Infinity War in Endgame, like when he's Fat Thor and he's got his amazing golden locks of beard, and that's it right there. That does it for me. Probably not the most attractive version of Chris Hemsworth. Do you watch the Avengers movies at all?
I reluctantly have seen most of these movies. I do enjoy them, typically. I have to say I love Thor the most because I love Loki.
So we are real big into superheroes. Whenever we were first pregnant with my son, before we knew it was a boy, I was just praying that it was a boy. Like the boy, you get to have Hot Wheels, Legos, action figures.
Mm-hmm.
Room is a superhero room, and we have I think 40, 50 action figures. Pretty much every year for Christmas, he gets another couple of ones. Hulk's his favorite, and so we have a lot of Hulk action figures. And just got into Legos this year. We have a lot of superhero Legos. So Lego came out with a 1989 Batmobile, like the Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson. And so here are the minifigs from it.
Oh my God.
And it's got Vicky Vale, Jack Nicholson, Michael Keaton sitting on the gargoyle ledge at the end of the movie. But the real prize of all of that is the 1989 Lego Batmobile.
That is made out of Legos? How many Legos is that?
3,606.
Did you build that?
I did, about 11 hours.
Man, you and Bret would so get along.
Like this was my favorite. Like this was so much fun. And when I built it, I was really sad because I was like, it's done now.
Oh my God.
And I was like, we'll just rebuild it. And I'm like, nope, it's going to sit on the shelf in our bedroom and that's it.
That is so impressive. How many hours did that take?
About 11.
Really? God, seems like it would take so much longer even.
The manual is 665 pages long.
God, you could be on the Disney team building outside of, what is it, Disney Springs? They have all the Lego figures outside of the Lego store.
That'd be fun.
Oh my God. That's a job. You'd be very passionate about it. But you're pretty passionate about T-shirts, so I guess maybe it'd be like a hobby.
I think like with T-shirts and like everything that I do with custom ink, like I'm passionate about people more than anything. And that's really why I love the job that I have, is because when you get to connect with people like on a level of like just more than just a functional level, like on just a level of here's why we do what we do. I mean that's really what does it. And that's what my favorite thing about selling T-shirts is just getting to connect with people.
What is your favorite shirt that you ever designed or worked on?
Okay, I couldn't find the one I wanted to find, but here's another one of theirs.
Oh, I do like that.
And so they have a big festival every year where it's like a family reunion of sorts, where they just have people come from all over the world to fly remote control airplanes. They're a YouTube channel that's got like 1.6 million subscribers.
Wow.
And they're based out of Ohio, and they bought a golf course to turn it into an air flight park.
Oh my gosh.
Cool. And so that's actually how I got connected with them, is they were doing merch in their Kickstarter campaign. And so they were like, hey, our next Flight Fest, we're going to be down in Rockdale, Texas. So about 3.5 hours south of me. I'm like, well, we're going. The big thing is they just want to get people in the hobby. And so they like whenever they come out with new planes, they'll give you the plans for free. So you can go to the dollar store and buy foam board, cut out materials you need to, and just get up in the air, because they're all about, we just want to get people into the hobby of flying because it's so much fun.
What happens on a bad day? What sets you off?
People that are just negative about every single thing just drives me crazy, because like we can find a solution for anything. Like if there's a problem, we can solve it. Like I hate losing. Like I hate losing more than I like winning. Like what sets you off, or what makes a bad day for you?
It drives me nuts that people do things wrong when they know the right way. Don't cut a corner. Like, just don't do it. And then stupid things annoy me. Like, why in a text do you have to write instead of you are, you are, like the letter U and R? Come on. Come on. U is only 3 letters. Are you cutting that much? Is it saving that much time? Oh God, I hate lying. Oh, do I hate lying? That enrages me. How would you summarize your quarantine?
I found my limit on brisket, and I've got an awesome smoker out back, and we, like, pretty much every weekend I'm smoking something, and about 4 nights a week I'm grilling dinner. Brisket's prices were so good. Like, every weekend I was like, hey, brisket's $1.29 a pound. So I'd buy an 18-pound brisket for my family of 4, and we'd have brisket everything. Like, the first time, we're like, man, brisket nachos, that's awesome. Brisket enchiladas, brisket tacos, we're good. We can do brisket all the time. The second one was like, brisket again? Okay, I guess we can handle it. I'm so excited because I love brisket. The third one, I'm like, okay, I get it. I understand. We don't have to brisket everything. I'll freeze it. We'll be good. Next time we do chili, we'll throw that in there. And I did a 4th one for Memorial Day. And I was like, I'm not even eating leftovers of this. We're good. Like, who needs care packages? I think that I've learned a little bit, like, more patience, and, like, gotten to just, everyone's a human, you know, and you meet with people, kids get in the way, dogs get in the way, dogs come into play. I think I've kind of learned just to slow down a little bit and enjoy what we have.
If you could go back to being young, what would you do?
Oh man, if I go back to being young, I would play all the sports that I never played when I was a kid because I was scared to play them.
Oh.
I was a scared kid. Like, I wish I could have, like, my competitiveness and understanding of sports that I have now in, like, a 10-year-old body. Like, I'd be that kid that's special, that's unstoppable, and then you realize, no, it's just a 34-year-old guy's soul in this. He's not that special. He's just average. but I think that would, like, I would just go back, have a little more confidence.
I asked what your philosophy was, and then what was the other one? Oh.
So, and what people don't know about me. So, it's kind of, it might not be a great life philosophy, but I saw it on a bumper sticker one time when we were down on vacation, and it made sense, and I kind of tried to live by it. You can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
That's true.
We were down in Fredericksburg, Texas. It's a little German town about an hour and a half west of Boston. They're the second most wine destination in the United States outside of Napa. And there's 350 plus wineries in Gillespie and Blanco counties. And there's just a wine road that has all these wineries on it. So we go to this cabin. It's in the middle of a working peach orchard. It's the only cabin there. We've been going there for about 7 years, and we're really good friends with the owners. It's the Yansky Orchards, but you can just go right out back, pick peaches off the trees, and they are the best peaches you've ever had in your life. But all their tasting rooms open at 10 a.m., so everybody's drinking at 10 a.m. And so we're in this little cafe, and they had this little sticker that says you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
If you won the lottery, what would you do?
This is an easy one. I would go down to, like, South Central Texas, buy about 10 acres of land, and have some vineyards on it, grow some grapes, have some goats, some chickens, a couple big dogs, and I would sit and watch the sunset every single night from my porch swing, and it would be amazing.
That sounds fun. That sounds like a Country Time Lemonade commercial.
It kind of does.
What I want to taste good old-fashioned lemonade.
So when I was in Texas, everybody kept talking about cottonmouths. And, like, I'm out there. I was lucky. I worked at that TV station where half the time I had a photographer with me, and then on weekends I was always by myself. I was like, what do I do if I see a cottonmouth? And they're like, the one sheriff's deputy, we were going on a drug bust, and he's like, you shoot it. I'm like, I don't pack heat. I have a tripod and a camera. What do I do?
My uncle, he has 6.5 acres up in Oklahoma. He said the snakes up there stand up.
Okay.
Literally stand up. Like, he said, he's walking around, 5-foot tall snake just stood up on his hind legs, and he had his machete there, so he took it down.
No. How do you get close when it's 5 feet? It can strike you from a distance. Well, I had a lovely time talking to you, Brian. I've learned so much.
This was so much fun. Like, yeah. We are going to do this again.
You were absolutely hands down the first person I thought of. It's like, I've got to know what motivates this man, because his customer service is ridiculous.
Oh, this is awesome. I know. I was like, when you asked me to do it, I was so excited. I guess I was like, definitely, I want to do this, hang out, get to know you better. And yeah, did not disappoint one bit. It was awesome.
Good. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. And
absolutely.
Everybody, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this as much as we did. Bye.
Bye.